It's the best one that I've ever owned, hands down. Dual convection countertop oven with air fryer and temperature probe by KitchenAid. Relatively new product. Normally on the average kitchen, we buy something, review it right away. We bought this, been using it for about 3 months. It's really impressive. It's a big unit, as you can see here. Costs roughly, tax in Canadian, about 350 bucks. But one thing I haven't done yet is use the temperature probe that's built in. So you'll see here, there's this magnetized case that just sticks really anywhere you want, but I had it on the side, and it's this built-in temperature probe. So I thought, well, why don't we try doing a roast? You know, see how it works. So we're gonna open this up here. The temperature probe fits in right here. So we're gonna throw that in here. And I'm gonna try to reach across my body and plug this in. All right, like so. We're gonna scroll all the way to meat probe. You can see that there. And we're gonna click on it. And we're gonna set our temperature to 300. So then we're gonna set our probe to 135. We're gonna go for medium rare, and then we're gonna hit start. And you'll see here, it's starting to, saying here it's showing preheating, and it is registering our meat probe. So we're gonna let that cook, and stay tuned to the end of the video to have a look at how long it took and what the final results were. When I was planning this video, I thought, well, we could show toast on the lowest setting, the medium setting, and the highest setting to sort of display the level of toastness. Not sure, but anyway, we got some just some regular old white bread here that was frozen, so we'll pull out a couple pieces. So let's throw them on a rack and let's see what happens. Now I should note there is multiple rack settings, height settings as well here. So we're gonna go function. You can see here it says toast, shade, goes from 1 to 8. So let's start with 1 and see how the results turn out. While we're toasting here as we go, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the accessories that this comes with. So this is kind of, I mean, the one thing that's cool about this, it's a huge footprint. It takes up a lot of room, but it also has a huge capacity to cook a lot of food. So this is the air frying basket, quite large. Also has this little kind of roast rack, which is pretty neat. And then it has this good size pan, which obviously a roast rack sits on perfectly like that. I threw some tin foil on here for some future tests that we're gonna do here during the course of this video, because it'll make for very easy cleanup. Price point, $3.49, I think it was Canadian, so not cheap. Unlike most videos that we do, normally we buy a product and we review it right away. This one here I've had for 3 or 4 months and I've been using it in my household. You can see there's quite a void here in the back corner of that countertop is where this big boy sits. Our first set of toast is done. And as expected, actually it is toasted. You can hear it. It is toasted, but it's very light. Well, let's do 3 sets. We'll gradually work our way up in the darkness level to see how consistent that is. So we're gonna go back to function. We're gonna go toast. Then we're gonna go shade. What did I say? It was 8. So let's go 4, 2 slices, hit start. Now you notice the cook time is about a minute less than it was on this, but I suspect, much like a lot of products that we review, I suspect that it's got some sort of internal sensor that senses what the heat level is, and because we're doing back-to-back toast, it senses that it's already warmed up, so it's gonna take less time to get that desired level of toast. Our second toast is done. You can see there is a slight variation. I would say that this would be the range that I would probably be in. Let us know in the comment below, where do you like your toast? My dad likes his toast like dark, like really dark. And he said it's not toast unless it's like, well, we'll see what level 8 gives us here. I suspect that would probably be my dad's level. So 4 minutes on that, and we'll see. We will see. We are borderline burning here. Jamie brought up a good point. I didn't show both sides of the toast before, so I am gonna show that. So you can see a little bit, but that would only be from the rack. A little bit less toasted on the backside, but there obviously is a big difference between the lowest, mid, and the highest. So I think that this was a 4. I think that I would be maybe a 5, but again, it's all personal preference. So it does show you though that you can go from quite a varying range of toast. So the next thing I wanna do here is see how many pieces of toast we can actually do in this. I don't think we're gonna get as many as I actually thought. Maybe, let's see how this is gonna go. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get as many as we thought. Looks like 6, eh? All right, well, let's see how consistent they are. So we'll go function, toast. Let's do a level 6, and let's go, what did I say, 6 slices, which is the max, so that's ironic. 6 slices of toast. So you could see in my opinion, very evenly toasted. I will note that you do not have to flip, so I did not flip. My only complaint with this for doing toast is there's a lip here. You see how that's hitting? So you can't just reach in and slide those out. So you literally have to like grab the toast and pull it above. Is it the end of the world? No. Is it a bit of a pain? Yes, it is, in my opinion. Jamie, if you can give me a little pan shot here. So a little less cooked on the backside here, but overall, I would say it's very consistent of all of these, and then very consistent again on the backside. Let's check out the bagel setting. So we'll throw these in, and Jamie and I were just discussing, you'll see here, bagel, much like our toast. Let's go with a 3 and one bagel. Well, it's 2 slices, I guess, technically. So let's see how that looks, and then we're gonna try a 7 and see that varying degree. Okay, let's have a look. It is toasted, maybe a little on the light side. So let's try number 7. So it does come with a book, not a bad book, not as good as some of the other books and products that we reviewed, like some of the Ninja products have really good books. 1800 watts. It goes through the cooking functions, the rack number position, time for frozen, elements that are running, temperature range, so on and so forth. So it looks like the highest temperature range here goes to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 232 degrees Celsius. So pretty high. Talks about the toasting functions, product usage, care and cleaning, so on and so forth. So I did want to talk, we still have a few minutes during this cook. I wanted to grab a tape measure and just give you an idea how massive this is. So we're looking at about 18.5 inches wide. Well, we should measure it with the handle. About 19 inches deep, sits about 13.5 inches high. It is big, but I could tell you, because I've been using this for months now, it can do everything my oven can do, like my normal kitchen oven, minus the volume, obviously, the size of it. You saw the size of this basket. Let's measure it just for fun while we're just sitting here waiting. The basket itself, just shy of 13 inches by 12 inches. So you could put a fair amount of wings on this for air frying, probably feed quite a few people. Yes, it's a big product, but it also has a huge capacity to be able to cook a large amount of food. Whew. So that's a 7. I wouldn't want to see an 8. Whew. Hot. Very toasted. I don't know, Jamie, what do you think? We should probably do another bagel. Like what was that, 3 and 7? Let's do a 5, because this is a little much. All right, this is the magic number here. This is the wheelhouse you want to be in, right, Jamie? It's hard to see on that because it's just a white bagel, but that right there, to me, perfectly toasted. So the next thing I want to try and do, or show you, I should say, is a little nacho plate. You know, you get home from school, you're a teenager, you want something to eat before supper, or you get home from the bar or wherever, and you just want to do a small plate of nachos, personal size plate of nachos. This is perfect. You don't have to preheat here, but while I'm building these nachos, I think I will. So we're gonna go function, we're gonna go down to bake. 350 I think is more than sufficient. So we're gonna get that starting to preheat. So very, very simple for the purpose of the video. Nacho chips, salsa, cheese. Basic. We've only been preheating this for whatever, 3 minutes or 4 minutes, but we're gonna throw it in. What I wanna do, just for fun, is to set a timer or a stopwatch, and I just wanna see roughly, so you have an idea, roughly how long it takes to melt the cheese and make this platter of nachos. So we're just under 6 minutes into our cook. I did, for the last minute, bump it up to 400 degrees, because I got a couple frozen pizzas here, and I was reading the box and it said 400, so I figured we'd finish it off that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this out. I mean, I certainly think, in my opinion, that they're quite well done. So the luxury of using tinfoil is I'm just gonna quickly move those over, put another piece of tinfoil on here, not burn my hands, give it a quick spray, and then we're gonna put on our 2 individual pizzas. Jamie and I were laughing of the distribution of the pepperoni, not well done. And it says on the box, 17 to 18 minutes. Throw that in there like that. I wonder, okay, time. Okay, so we can adjust our time. So let's go 18 minutes. So there you go. Let's try our nachos. I'll grab one here. Certainly good. Cheese appears to be melted evenly. Pizza time. I think the cook on these looks absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna do the same trick and slide these off here just so we can keep this train rolling here. We're gonna use the rack, I think, this time. A, to just show it, and B, to try to get more even cook on our tenders. My original plan was just to bake these, and then Jamie threw out this sort of epiphany like, well, why don't we air fry the chicken tenders? Which is a great idea. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna air fry the tenders. I think I'm gonna have to move that rack that's in there, but that's not a big deal. So I got a whole box of chicken tendies here. I think rather than take it out, because it's pretty hot, I'm just gonna lower it. And then we're gonna throw our basket in here. I should reference the book to see, because it did show that certain cooks should be on certain rack levels. 400 degrees is the cook time. So we're gonna go here, function, air fry there, 400 degrees. And I think it said in the book the default is 17 minutes. So let's start with that. All right, pizza review time. One bite, everyone knows the rules. I think most of you will get that. If you don't, Google it. It's awesome pizza reviews. Ripping hot. We'll cut these into little bite-sized pieces. Let's check the undercarriage on this. Pretty good. Mystery piece of pepperoni back there. I can see it is ripping hot. Bad idea. I apologize for that. Instantly burnt the roof of my mouth. You can see flaming. Let's try the crust. I think the cook on is perfect. 17 minutes. The chicken tendy cook is done. They sound and look great. Could they go longer? I'm probably going to give them another 5 minutes. What do you think, Jamie? They're certainly done. There's no doubt. But could they be crispier? Yes, they could. And we are a crispy channel. The average kitchen likes everything crispy. Let's get these bad boys back in. 5 more minutes. So our 5 minutes that we added, which brings us up to about 22-minute cook, is done. So to me, those look perfect. They're in the wheelhouse of crispiness. I always find when they cool slightly before you bite into them, they're even crispier. We got a little plum sauce on the side here ready to rock. I did want to talk about, while this is cooling down, I did want to talk about cleaning and maintenance. As you saw, the racks are easily movable. And then there's this crumb tray that easily just comes out. You either wash it, shake it out, whatever, and then it easily, as you saw, effortlessly. You normally wouldn't do it when it's hot. I just wanted to show you, but very, very simple. I just took all our tenders out of our basket. You can have a look here. Basically needs to be rinsed. Like, there's no cleaning that needs to be done on this. Just wipe down with a little bit of a soapy rag and some water, and you're done. All right, so thanks for hanging in there and letting that roast rest. So we're now going to slice into it and see how it looks. So of course the ends should be a little bit more cooked, and as we get to the middle, we'll start to be a little bit more on the rare side. So we did wrap it, which of course you probably know will continue to cook your roast as you wrap it. Even though we've rested this for at least an hour, I think that, to me, I don't know if this is necessarily medium rare. It might have been when we first took it out, but it's definitely on the medium side. And how you know that you've rested your meat well is you'll see, if I move this meat, see there's a little bit of liquid there, residual liquid, but there's not a big pool. So what happens is, if you cut that roast immediately after you take it out, all that moisture and juice and everything that you've developed through that cook will just run right out of it, and then your meat will be very, very dry. So you can see that did not happen here, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna just basically slice off a piece. Very nice. So I just seasoned this with salt and pepper. That was it. Make a nice gravy with this, mashed potatoes. Good. The noise level on this, I find, is quite quiet. The toast aspect, we showed that it has varying degrees of doneness. Don't have to flip. That's a really nice thing, because I've had toaster ovens in the past made by different manufacturers, a little bit smaller version. You'd have to reach in, flip the toast, reach in, flip the toast, because it would toast only the top side or the bottom side. Pain in the butt. Let's be honest, it's a $350 toaster oven. In my family, my kids are pretty much just doing English muffins in it, bagels, toast, whatever. But it is nice to be able to throw in mini pizzas or a little plate of nachos. So it's pretty versatile, but I would say in my household, it's mostly used for toasting. You saw we did a roast. I thought the results were fantastic. The meat probe, trusty little case, sits in there. It's actually a little warm right now. Magnetized right to the side, so you never lose it. That's super handy. The roast actually cooked very quickly. What was it, Jamie? An hour and 20 minutes, something like that? Really, really quick. The nachos, 5 minutes, done. Super easy. Mini pizzas were great, other than me burning my face. All right, so let's see if I can burn myself again. A little plum sauce, take a little of the edge off. They're fantastic. Now, the taste of them really has nothing to do with the toaster, oven, or air fryer. I don't know, I'm sure the mic will pick up on that. Super crunchy, super delicate, moist chicken still in the middle. It's not dried out at all. So for me, 22 minutes, air fried option was the perfect cook on these. So if you want to see other toasters or toaster ovens we've done, there's going to be a link up here. So like, come on, just go watch it.